What if I told you that the goal that you're trying to accomplish really isn't as hard as you're making it? It's actually pretty simple. But the problem is, we as humans have a problem with doing the same thing over and over and over again. See, weight loss is not hard. You just struggle with doing it every single day. Running a business is really not hard, but we just struggle with doing it over and over and over again every single day. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jasmine. I'm so glad to have you. And in this video, I just kind of want to open your eyes to a different perspective. You go to work every day, and when I used to have a 9 to 5, I hated it. I don't know anyone, even to this day, who truly enjoys their 9 to 5. And I know there are people out there who do. There are a lot of people who really found their purpose through their job, right? Maybe they're police officers, doctors, nurses. I just personally don't know those people. The people that I know hate their job too. And I used to hate mine. And it's amazing how, despite how much I hated my job, I still managed to show up every single day, right? You want to lose weight. But what if I told you that weight loss just requires you to do the same thing every single day, which is something that you're more than capable of doing because you do that in other parts of your life. Every single day, there are things that you don't want to do, but you still do it because you know you have to, because you need X, Y, and Z. But we will overcomplicate weight loss. We will say, well, I don't know what to eat. Well, eat the same thing you ate yesterday. If you ate healthy yesterday, eat that same thing again today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And then people will use the excuse of, yeah, but I'm going to get tired of it. So what? Aren't you tired of being overweight? Aren't you tired of not having energy? Aren't you tired of not liking the way you look? These are things that I struggled with before I lost 100 pounds. I was tired of all of those things. So how can I sit there and say that I'm going to be tired of eating the same thing every day? I was already tired of the body that I was living in every single day. But we will overcomplicate weight loss. We will say things like, well, I need to find new recipes. No, you don't. Just continue to eat the same thing that you've been eating that was healthy over and over and over and over again until you get the results that you want. It's not hard. We make it hard. Business. It's not hard. Find people to buy your stuff and do that every single day. But we will overcomplicate it and say, well, I already made videos on this, or I already talked about this. So what? Do it again, and then again, and then again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We have such a hard time of doing the same exact thing every single day. And when we do the same thing for, let's say, a couple of days, it's like we have this need within ourselves to change something up when that's not necessary. You don't need to change anything up. You just need to keep doing the thing for an extended period of time, and people can't do that because it's boring. It's boring, but most people's lives is boring now. So I don't really understand what the difference is. You're looking for this excitement. You're looking for this thrill, right? And you feel like if you switch something up, it'll make it go faster, whatever that thing is that you're working towards. But it's not going to make it faster. All you're doing is overcomplicating the process. I tell you guys time and time again, if you want to be a content creator, just post every day. You don't need to have trending topics every single day. Just do the same thing over and over and over again for an extended period of time, and I promise you that you will get the results that you want. But the version of you, who you are today, just feels the need to overcomplicate it, and it really doesn't need to be complicated. Same with school. For anyone who's gotten any type of degree past high school, or even in high school, you had to do the same thing every day. You had to go to class and do the work. Go to class, do the work. Go to class, do the work. Go to class, do the work. But you'll overcomplicate it. And you'll try to throw in different things to make it easier. You don't need to do that. Just do the same thing over and over and over again every single day for an extended period of time, and I promise you, you will get the degree that you want. But you want to overcomplicate it, and that's the part that keeps you stuck. That's the part that keeps you from reaching the goals that you have. Whatever you're working towards, I promise you, most days are going to be boring. Yes, you will have milestones that you hit. I remember when I dropped clothing sizes. So I was 340 pounds. And I remember when I went from a 3X to a 2X. I was so excited, right? So that was a milestone. I remember when I got out of the 300s, right? That was a milestone. I was excited. But most days you're not reaching new milestones. Most days you're doing the same exact thing every single day until you get to the result that you want. I remember in business and content when I made my first $1,000. I was excited. That was a milestone. I remember when I reached my first 10,000 followers on Instagram. I was excited. That was a milestone, right? But most days are not milestones. Most days are the same as yesterday. And that's okay. Because the minute you start trying to overthink, the minute you start trying to overcomplicate, well, then that's when you make things harder than what it needs to be. If what you're doing is getting you some type of progress, even if it's very, very tiny. Maybe last week, 0 people watched your videos. This week, you had 1 person watch. Just keep doing that. Just keep showing up every single day for an extended period of time, and I promise you, you will get the results that you want. We overcomplicate our whole lives. And then that's when you get all of the chaos. As I get older, I realize life is supposed to be still. It's supposed to be calm. It's not supposed to be chaotic. It's not supposed to be thrilling every single day. Most days are cool, calm, and collected. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't mean that something's not working. It actually means something is working. So just keep doing it. Weight loss, for the most part, was boring. It wasn't fun most days. It was pretty boring. The foods that I was eating was boring. Okay, I wasn't eating these crazy meals with all these crazy ingredients. It was pretty freaking boring. And I ate those things every day. My day-to-day with running my business is pretty boring. It's fun to me, but it's still boring because I do the same thing every day. Nothing gets switched up for real. I wake up at the same time every day. I take the same amount of steps every day. I record the same amount of videos every day. I talk to the same people every day. There's not much thrill going on. Every now and again, you know, tomorrow, for instance, I go get my lashes done. That's thrilling. That's something that I do every day. But for the most part, it's still, it's calm, it's collected, and it's getting me to the results that I want because I just show up for it every day. I stopped trying to overcomplicate the process. I stopped trying to rewrite the book. I just focused on talking about my product to as many people as possible every single day. Making videos to the right people every single day. Posting content to the right people every single day. And that boringness, I'm putting air quotes on boring, is what gets you to the results that you want. And unfortunately, most people can't just sit with boring for a very long period of time. And when I say long, some people think a month. No. Years. Years. And some people say, well, I don't have time for that. Well, what else do you have to do? If you just look at your life, what else do you really have to do? What else? If you're not working towards your goal, whatever that is, you're just wasting time, right? If you're not focused on weight loss, well, then you're focused on gaining weight. Most people are slowly gaining weight. I told you guys that in other videos. They may not be gaining as much weight as you, but most people are slowly putting on weight. Most people are putting on about a half a pound a month or so. So in the course of a year, they've put on 10 pounds. That's gaining weight. So if you're not focused on losing weight, well, then you're focused on gaining weight. If you're not focused on saving money, well, then you're focused on spending money. If you're not focused on building your business, well, then you're focused on building someone else's business. Either way, you're going to be doing something. So which one do you want to do? What else do you have to do? So it kills me when people say things like, well, I don't have that type of time. It has to happen now. No, it doesn't. No, it does not have to happen now, because what else do you really have to do? Nothing. If you're not being intentional with your time, then you're sitting around wasting your time. It's either or. So focusing on the thing that you say you want for an extended period of time means years, and then more years, and then more years after that. You guys, it took me 18 months to lose 100 pounds. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 6 years. So the version of me you guys see today is 6 years of change. It's 6 years of showing up. It's 6 years of trial and error. It's 6 years of learning. It's 6 years of becoming more comfortable with who I am. That's what you see today, but this is not what I was 6 years ago. Not even close. So stop trying to overcomplicate everything and just sit with the thing every single day. And I promise you, the more you do that, you will end up getting the results that you want. But the reason why most people do not is because they refuse to stop overcomplicating things. And it's because they refuse to do the same thing every single day. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I can't wait to read what you guys have to say. Also, you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.